Hi Sagittarius, thank you again for joining, liking, sharing, subscribing. Okay, the Four of Cups has been following a lot of the signs this month. I think there's a lot of realizations and transformations and things coming to light this month for a lot of the signs. It could be with the planetary alignments and energies as well. So astrology might have something to do with this. So you might want to look into that. But let's start off with the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is about generosity. It can be a time where you're donating your time, your energies, your monies, your effort, or diverting your attention to a certain cause. It could be to help assist someone around you. So it could be helping someone with finances. You might be asking for finances. We do have the scales here, so there can be a Libra around you, or something to do with judicial cases, courts, the judicial system, awaiting a verdict of some kind, things hanging in the balance. But I like that they're not imbalanced. So there is, often people do see this as a one-sided generosity, but I see it as kindness. I do see it as going above and beyond for something. So there may be a situation sometime where you will have an opportunity to either ask for money from a financial institution, from a friend, or have help given to you by someone or something, some organization that is able to assist you in a certain way. You do have the Death card here, so it can be, funeral planning. It can be investments to start a new beginning. There's negotiations of finances happening here with the Three of Pentacles. And you'll also have the Two of Wands, which can be relocation and travel plans. So for some, that's why the money is needed. It could be relocation as well. So this opportunity will arise. Could be with an earth sign. You do have earth here. There could be a very generous or benevolent earth sign around you, a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You do have the sign of Scorpio here as well, though. So they could be around you trying to help in some way, offering you money, lending you money in some way to help fund some major change that you're wanting. Whether it's a new home, a relocation, a funeral, a business as well. There's lots of negotiations happening here this month. So in terms of business and creative, that's definitely the case. There will be the need to fund a situation and the need to get a government or a creditor involved in some aspect, or someone might reach out to you under one of these signs and ask for your assistance. In relationships, it can indicate there's fairness that's happening in the relationships, and things are very balanced this month. So that's really positive for the most part. I also must mention it can be charity events or situations that are sponsored events, charity events that may arise this. Moving on, you have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles traditionally denotes negotiations, pitching a product, trying to sell a product, or discussing something, finances or assets of some kind here, because we see this, this beautiful building, what looks like a church or an elaborate building, almost like a marketplace or a place of, a town center of some kind. And we see people negotiating here and a product being sold here. So in terms of business, I think there's a lot of meetings that are happening face to face, a lot of close liaisons with workers, with colleagues, with clients, customers, etc., different departments. I think this could be job interviews as well for some of you. It could be something to do with the third day of the month, or in the third week, or say on the 23rd of the month. There's a meeting taking place at work, or just face-to-face interactions as well. It could be selling a product, but negotiating. There could be bargaining that's happening. So you're either, dealing with a wholesaler and you need to bargain and negotiate different prices, different price points, wholesales, buying products, etc. If you're in the buying industry, in that buying department in the retail industry maybe, or if this is a self-creative business, you're actually meeting with someone to see how you can expand on your finances, your products, your skills. This could be, again, asking for finances. There could be a loan, a home loan, a mortgage, and a personal loan where you have to meet with the bank face-to-face to discuss your eligibility, perhaps. In terms of relationships, I feel like there's a lot of face-to-face communication that's happening. So open lines of communication, I think, for the most part, but you'll be negotiating something with, if you are in an existing relationship, you're negotiating. There needs to be a lot of compromise this month, because one person might want one thing and the other person might want another. So it's almost like you're negotiating terms. It's either you're negotiating relocations or travel plans, you're compromising on finances. Maybe there's a major ending that needs to happen. Maybe some of you will be putting an end to a relationship because you just, you've talked and talked about it, and you're finally, some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, an earth sign. You do have fire here, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo as well. But I think for the most part, some of you will be putting an end to something. And if it's in a relationship, it could be a business. It could be that you've negotiated enough, or you negotiate or compromise. So some terms need to be agreed to, I feel, before this comes to an end. So it could be major compromise, negotiations. I feel like you'll be discussing back and forth. There could be a third-party situation here involved too. So someone else's opinion somehow really matters as well. Someone outside of the relationship, perhaps. This could be it. Or if this is not, then I feel like there's dates coming up for you single Sagittarians out there. There could be someone foreign coming in, someone very well-traveled, spontaneous, someone maybe with a more secretive side if they are a Scorpio. Someone that is practical though, because they do have the Pentacles coming up, which is good. It shows someone that is practical, definitely, and methodical. Moving on, you have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands does denote travel plans, plans to move, explore, learn. You're holding the world in your hands here, so there's almost like a world of opportunity here, Sagittarius. And there is a connection to base, because we see this wand. I mean, you rule the wands, so there's a need for adventure that's coming up, and this is your energy. You're very spontaneous, you're youthful, you love to explore, you love to travel, and this is, if this is something you want to do, you could very well be planning this. There could be an ending overseas of some sort with the Death card here. Or you could be in between two places somehow, or perhaps even in between two people. But I think this is movement. And for some, there is an opportunity for an investment overseas, perhaps, and that this is why you'll need the money to renovate or sell or buy a property overseas in a different city, province, area, district, village, town to where you are from. Or there could be a foreign influence coming in around you, someone reaching out from overseas or in a different area to where you are, someone foreign that's around you maybe. It could definitely be meeting someone new, or going on travels and ending something, going on travels to conclude something in some way here. Could be a will here with a Death card, inheritance. But I think it is also travel plans, and there's negotiations, and I think there's something you want to do here, Sagittarius, but it's going to affect other people in somehow. So it is about compromising, I think. But this is exciting. You've got the world in your hands here, and there's something you want to start. You want this new beginning. And for some of you, I feel like you want this new beginning, but you want it elsewhere. You don't want it where you are currently in for one reason or another. I'm not sure if there's memories, or you just feel like you deserve a fresh start and you want it to be somewhere else. And for some, this has been going on for something to do with the 2 months, 2 years. You've been in this state of mind. You might have been ping-ponging with the thought of relocating. And I think this is the month where you're either planning or potentially making this move this month. You also have the Death card, which is this major transformation, change, major ending is happening here with the Death card, the ending of a relationship, the ending of a friendship, a workplace, a work situation. Speaks about major endings that are happening here. New beginnings as well. There could be rebirth. There could be someone coming in from the past here, Sagittarius. Could be a Scorpio. Someone, we do see this, what looks like a knight, a skeleton. So it could be skeletons in the closet, something coming up from your past, something coming to the surface, or someone coming from the past. With the Death card here, could also be lost, the loss of someone near and dear to you, the loss of, family or friends, associates or something like this here. You could be hearing news of a passing somewhere around you with the Death card. But as I said, it is ushering in new life as well. So with this major ending will come a new beginning. So I think there's major transformation in some aspect of your life that's going to take place. It could be because of these negotiations, or as I say, it could just be life happening to you, and things, and major endings, things coming to a halt, things being rebirthed here with the Death card as well. Could be a prominent Scorpio around you. There could also be the need for spirituality and solace around this time. We do see a priest with children, so it could be getting in touch with your religious roots, having a new outlook on death. It could be that you're receiving messages from a loved one that has deceased, so you may be consulting a clairvoyant, a medium. There could be an anniversary of a loved one as well that has passed on happening around. Moving on, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So there's an offer coming in. It has been coming in for a while, but it's finally appearing in your practical, in your physical realm here with the Knight of Pentacles. Could be, as I said, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, an earth sign that is coming in around you wanting to make you an offer, or there's an offer coming in here, a gift, a salary increase here with the Knight of Pentacles. If this is at work, then I think there's something to do with finances, or someone that's coming into the picture to either help with a project of some kind, bring forward an opportunity, an offer, or it could be you could be a messenger, you could be this knight and you could be entitled to do something you weren't previously entitled to do. So there could be more accountability. Authorization is approved on some aspect where you are given more authority in a workplace here with the Knight of Pentacles. It could also be travel, reporting more closely to someone that is of a superior position to you with the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, increase in funds or something to do with finances here, especially if you've been asking for a loan or you're waiting for an approval, a pre-approval of some kind here. The Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles could indicate that this offer has undergone all it's undergone the process, and now it's time to give you so you can receive those funds. So lending of funds is possible this month, or assets, lending of cars. Someone might ask to borrow your car or vice versa. In terms of relationships, I feel like there's someone coming in around you. It could be unexpected because you do have the Four of Cups. But I feel this person has it's either there's familiarity with this person. So as I said, it could be from your past here with the Death card, but there's familiarity because they're either a friend and they reveal to you, they might take you on a date, you might be in discussions with them. This can be dating with the Three of Pentacles. This can be dating, and it's almost for one reason or another, you want to impress this other person. You want to impress them in the sense where we see this person here and they're talking about their skills and they're showing off their product. So it's not you showing off per se. It can be you using your charm and your wit and your words, your charisma to help woo someone around you that you're interested in, and vice versa. So the Knight of Pentacles could represent this sort of meeting. It could be dating as well. But I do think there's familiarity with this person. So it's either you've known them before, you've been friends, you've been lovers in the past with the Knight of Pentacles, or that you feel familiar when you're around them. There's security, there's stability with this person. There could be a lot of common ground, a lot of common interests. And I think for the most part, if this is regarding a relationship or a person, you will be significantly surprised into their persona, their generosity. Maybe they're undergoing major transformations in their lives, their ability to negotiate, to bargain, to use their charisma. They could be very good salespeople. They could be really good with their words, have charm, have the gift of the gab. So I think there's familiarity in that sense for you, Sagittarius, which is exciting. Moving on, you have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is realization, illumination, new things coming to be, new surprises, gifts. As I said, you might be receiving a gift of some kind, an inheritance, finances, something that's being handed to you. It's either you've been waiting on it for a while, or it's just going to surprise you out of the blue. So it could be a couple of different scenarios here. But it could be learning of an ending. Someone around you might have a major ending. There could be a divorce, a loss of some kind around the family, around your immediate or your extended family. There could be help with finances, perhaps not directly with you, but with a sibling or a dear friend, someone very close to you though. But if this is regarding a relationship, I feel the Four of Cups is someone you hadn't considered before. So I think it's either someone's going to open up and tell you they have feelings for you. Again, it could be an ex. It could be an unexpected meeting. You might bump into each other unexpectedly, and you're sort of trying to charm them and show them, oh, look, I've been doing better. You know, I'm over you. I've moved past that. I'm doing really well. I'm working. I'm concentrating on this. I'm planning travel. Like, I feel like this encounter might happen, and it'll happen very unexpectedly. So with relationships, there could be something of illumination coming in here as well. There's a surprise element happening in the relationship for those that are with partners, spouses, etc. You could be weighing up something with your partner, and then there could be some sort of inspired thought elsewhere. Could be from a water sign, because you do have cups here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in particular. But it's almost like you're outweighing your options, and then someone will come in with an idea, or someone new. For some of you Sagittarians, you have a lot of people around you, but there's one that's going to really stand out here for you, and really, really charm and entice you. If this is in a work situation, there's a new idea that's coming into work that you'll be able to implement, I think. Or you need to brainstorm. There's a need for further research or further brainstorming, because what you have in front of you won't exactly please you. You won't feel overly excited to implement it, and this is when the negotiations might be coming in. Pitching a new product, a new sales idea, you know, if you have your own business, setting up a store somewhere, a pop-up store maybe, advertising, you know, online somewhere. It's a different venture though. It's something you haven't thought about, and it'll probably be more lucrative for you. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Chalices, and the Hermit. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles indicates proceeding with caution, ambiguity, and reading into having the need to read into something more carefully. And perhaps not all is everything as it seems. It doesn't carry the traditional meaning as this Rider-Waite deck. So it's proceeding with caution, something coming to light. It could be an ex for a lot of you. It could be that you're capricious about reuniting with this ex-person or someone that's come in your past. The need to proceed with caution for one reason or another. It could be that you want to take things slow. It could be that, you know, as much as you're going to charm and woo them and want to know about them and there's familiarity, you're still going to want to put the brakes on things for one reason or another with the Nine of Pentacles possibly. The Three of Chalices. The Three of Chalices is like the Three of Cups in this other deck here, and it is celebration, meeting with people, toasting with people. I think there's an event that's happening. It could be a work function actually, or something around finances, or in a very elaborate building. It could also be a wedding, because it does look like a church here. So I feel with the Three of Chalices, there's reconciliation here as well. So it could very well be a romance within the work front, or an ex coming back here, and at this event, I feel like this is where you might bump into them. But a good event. I think there's celebration happening, or if, you know, you are in an existing relationship, it could be that you get taken out to a nice venue. You have a beautiful evening together. It's probably something you haven't had for quite some time, and there's, you know, you're indulging in the drink and just having a wonderful time together. You also have the Hermit. So the Hermit is a lonely figure. It is autonomous. So for some, there's definitely a big an ending, a major ending taking place, and that will result you in being single, alone, and just being one with your own thoughts again, putting an ending to a friendship. So there can be compromise, yes, but for some, I feel like after these negotiations, your efforts will, you know, won't be as fruitful as you had hoped, and this will result in this major ending of a relationship potentially here. Or there's a strong Virgo coming in, and this would make sense. You have Earth energy here, so Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn coming in around you. That's going to prove quite prominent in your love situation. Two of Swords, the Judgment card, Four of Pentacles. Okay, Two of Swords. The Two of Swords talks about friendship, protection, collaboration. It doesn't carry the same meaning as this deck here. So there is no crossroads here with the Two of Swords. You can see the swords are aligned very nicely together. And they almost look like a crown here. So there's collaboration coming in at work, a new friend, a new associate, teamwork, or someone's protecting you. What's interesting is that you have the Judgment card here as well. So judgment will be passed through work. This could be a review, gossip, or someone recommending you. I think someone's going to recommend you for something because, we see Anubis holding the person here. And especially with the Two of Swords, I really like that. That goes to show there's positivity here. And I think someone's looking upon you favorably. And it's sort of to say they have your back. So judgment, reviews. It could be a contract as well coming in. But there's you're protected. So you're either getting someone to look over a work contract for you. And I think this person is benevolent here. With the Judgment card, a review is coming up. A new contract, a revision of a contract is coming up. So just be careful. I think people are looking to you, not scrutinizing, but looking at your actions, seeing what it is that you're doing, how much you've achieved, looking at your contributions to the business or the company or something like this. Then you have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles in this deck talks about the division of goods, distribution, dispersal, and fairness. So it could very well be related to your salary. This Judgment could be that you ask for a raise. There's potential to receive a raise. Yes, again, there's negotiations that are potentially happening here for you. So this might be the ideal month for you to bring up that conversation if this is what you've been seeking, more finances. This division of goods. It could be that you receive a tool of trade, you receive a new laptop, a phone, an upgrade, a new desk, a new computer, or something like that, because the Pentacles are assets and material possessions. So, and that's that for you, Sagittarius. Thanks again for joining me, and hopefully we'll chat soon. Have a lovely month.